With 500 miles of stunning Scottish coast to play with, we're going to struggle to find time to see everything. We are back in the van, and despite the sheep, we're not actually in Wales this time. We've come to Scotland to try and complete the NC500. We won't be sticking to the route 100% because there are a few things we want to do and we do get easily distracted. Joe has not showered for over a week and he stinks, so I'm going to make him get in the sea.
I've never been so cold in my life.
But we're really excited to see Scotland and we can't wait to see what's in store. We're by the fairy pools, which is this little glen area with like multiple pools around and then waterfalls flowing into it and sort of forest and flowers around it. It's going to be really, really beautiful. But first we need to have pasta because Joe is hangry and driving me crazy.
We're doing our own NC500 around the north coast of Scotland.
But we're doing parts of the North Coast 500 route and adding in a few little stops of our own along the way.
Oh, not too much further. Just up around that bend, right? Yeah.
First stop is a fairy pool, which is also a waterfall somewhere deep in the forest.
This is waterfall number 1 of 2 and I'm already in love with this place. You might not be able to hear me because this is really loud. And this is only the small waterfall. Apparently there's another one further up that's even bigger, so we're going to go and find that. But so far I'm very impressed. Well done, Scotland. Everyone's been bashing their coins in there. Don't have any money. This is waterfall number 2, and the water's so powerful that I just stood nearby and I got wet. So beautiful here.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, definitely. It was a really nice walk, and the waterfalls were so pretty. It was a little bit muddy, but can we get to the next campsite now? Because that was like a 2.5 kilometre walk. We found a really cool park up for tonight. We're right next to a forest and it's absolutely massive and we're still the only ones here. Very quiet here. It's completely free and it's like a designated area for people with campervans to come and stay. It's got like disposal points and bins and electric if you want to plug into it, but you don't have to pay for it at all. It's like the ones in Europe. They should have more of these in the UK, so well done Scotland for catering to us campervanners. The park up we're at is right next door to the Falls of Shin, which is one of the stops on the NC500 itinerary. And I can see why. Look how glorious it is. Apparently during breeding season, salmon jump upriver and head that direction, but we didn't get to see any this time.
So let's do a sync clap. Oh, you made it echo.
One of the stops along the way was a little bit random, but we couldn't pass up the opportunity to go and have a look. It's not a camp spot. Although I think you can stay here if you want to. It's a nuclear power plant. There's been at least 3 major significant accidents. Oh wow. Apparently there was a highly critical report, weak management, poor physical condition of plant. Yeah, maybe we don't sleep overnight here. Not the safest location I've ever picked, but it's definitely interesting. We've come to the Dounreay nuclear power plant. We were going to spend the night here, but it is so windy, I don't think we're going to be able to. Our van's like rocking side to side. Joe's already lost his hat, has to go and recover it. It's been an interesting morning. One of the downsides to the Ninja Foodie is it doesn't fit most pizzas in it, so you have to get a little bit creative. After dinner, we need to decide if we're brave enough to stay here and spend the night at this nuclear power plant.
I would stay here tonight, but it's just so windy that we'll never get any sleep.
I've watched Chernobyl, I've seen what happens.
Do you taste metal?
Don't even joke about that. That's more power than normal, isn't it?
For 9:30 in the morning, 400 watts isn't bad.
It's Joe's birthday today, and I thought as a little surprise I'd take him on an adventure. First up is a high-octane off-road quad bike adventure around a farm. Okay, maybe not that high-octane. Let's go. Oh, I don't like it. It's like a roller coaster. This is primarily a sheep farm, and it's lambing season, so a lot of these sheep are pregnant. Oh, look, there's the placenta, it's just given birth. Sometimes a sheep can't take care of her lamb, and that's when the farmer takes them in. Let's see if we can go and help fatten them up. I got to feed a baby lamb, which was probably the highlight of my entire trip. They were so excited to have food. I've never seen a creature drink so quickly in my life. You are the cutest.
Oh, go on, put it back.
Come on, little one. Face planted.
Oh, they love it. Oh.
I'm not 100% set on pigs. They kind of creep me out a little bit, but those ones were really, really sweet. They had massive big snouts that were moving around.
Whoa, he's going in there. Go on, Jodie, give him a scratch.
This is Muriel, our Highland Coo, who we have made friends with today, and has a baby calf. He's super cute, but he won't let me stroke him. That was fun.
That was actually way more fun than I thought it was going to be. We got to meet the legendary Big Willie, who let us stroke the Highland Coo. We stroked some Cooney pigs. We saw a goat. And he even let us bottle feed a couple of lambs.
So if you're in the area, I highly recommend it.
I think my favourite part was the Cooney pigs. They're so noisy and disgusting, but they're kind of sweet. They're these little tiny pigs that don't grow too big. If you're on a homestead, they're just your compost heap, so you put all your food waste there and they'll just eat everything, and then you're turning your rubbish into bacon.
My favourite part was actually the farm dogs, but don't tell anybody. Some of the NC500 literally takes you right up to the sea. We've managed to find ourselves a little beach park up, so I think we're going to stick some lunch on and then head down and see what it's like. And when we saw how blue it looked and realised we had not had a shower in over a week, we decided it was a good idea to get in, even if it was going to be super cold. I got wet feet. The sand here is so soft and the water looks so inviting. Down Chickarella.
You can do all the things you always wanted to be. Beautiful, sexy, easiest 1, 2, 3.
Just let yourself.
It's not that cold, it's just like ice when you put your feet in.
I mean, it's from the Arctic, so what do you expect?
Are you going to try?
I'm at the top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to sun these boys, can't leave them bastards.
How do you feel?
I feel so cold. I've never been so cold in my life. What the hell?
I feel very alive though. I can see why people do cold water swimming.
I did read in that nuclear power plant that
Radioactive particles leaked into the sea.
so let's hopefully there's none here.
Let's go back and warm up. We're just driving to our campsite and we found one of the prettiest places in Scotland so far.
Oh wow. Look at it. This is one of the roads on the NC500 route and I can completely see why. It's so beautiful, isn't it? This is quite possibly the most majestic waterfall we've ever seen. It's called the Wailing Widow Fall and you can walk right up to it from both the top and the bottom. The top has got these awesome little pools that would be great to relax in on a hot day. But it's a super, super high drop and very slippy, so you have to be careful. Found a friend! Now we've got to make sure he gets home safely. The bottom is like a little slice of the rainforest. Everything around here is so moist and lush. There's all these little birds that are flitting around. Feels like we're in a completely different world. I definitely don't think we can get under this one because I think it will kill me. But I'm going to make it my goal for this trip to find one that I can get underneath and survive. I've been looking on Instagram and found this really cute little misty one called Nessie Falls. I don't know if that's how you actually say it, but I think we're going to go and I'm going to try and stand underneath it.
Found ourselves a free shower.
Clean, except for my face. I wanted to get right under, but I can't because it physically hurts when the water drops hit you. It's too powerful, but it's really cool. You should get under. When I first got under, I had to breathe like because it was just so cold. But I need to drain my boobs, so if you could stop filming.
That is not a treat I want to see on the bed.
And that's why it's on a tray.
Also, get to work.
A must-see stop on the route is the Corrieshalloch Gorge. Me and Joe did have a bit of a domestic before we headed in there. We actually ended up walking around the entire thing on our own. We went super early and it felt like you were totally alone in the world. It's 60 metres deep and has waterfalls, jungle-like plants and trees, and this huge suspension bridge across the gorge lets you feel like you're in the middle of a rainforest. We really, really recommend this. The walk is totally free, There's a visitor centre if you want to pop in to support. We're allowed to park here. It says campervans welcome, which isn't a common feature of the NC500s. The locals are not too happy that campervans are driving around their little towns, but other than that, it's been a good trip. We may have underestimated this. Join us next time when we're allowed back in Europe and we're going to spend as much time as we can in beautiful places like this. This is our first summer in a van and we're already struggling. So our only respite from the heat is either shade, fans or finding water.
Just don't tell her where I got it from. Oh, sun's on my finger.